Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to Our Favourite Show. My name is Angelina and today's episode is going to be a first impression on the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous liquid foundation. I've heard great stuff about this. I'm going to prime just half of my face just to see how it goes with primed and non-primed. So I'm going to use a pore minimizing primer just on one side because I would just use usually this primer. For a long time I've been loving it. It's the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I go in with just another primer. This is the Nude by Nature Undercover Airbrush Mineral Primer. And I'm just gonna pop this everywhere else. It's just really nice. It just smoothens the skin. The shade I picked was 210 medium beige. There wasn't any samples there. I love the packaging. Packaging is gorgeous. I like how it's in a squeezy tube like a BB cream. To apply my foundation, I'm just going to be using an angled round top. Oh, love the consistency. Love it already. I don't know how much I need. It's really cooling. It's really cooling to the touch. It's really natural. My pores do, like the smaller ones on the non-prime side, they do look a bit more covered with the foundation, but the bigger ones you can still see my huge pore there. But I'm really happy because it looks like I used a pore minimizing. I will say it glides on a little, glides on better on the prime side. On the non-prime side it still goes on fine, but you just have to work with it a bit more. So that's one good layer finally on. It does have a bit of shine to it, which is like alright because it's just a natural glow, so it's not completely matte. It has filled in some of my smaller pores, but like my really big pores hasn't really done. Actually, it kind of has, but if you're gonna be a real fusspot, then it hasn't. But it's like definitely made an attempt on the non-prime side where I didn't put the pore minimizing. On my fine lines on my forehead, it hasn't like sunk into my fine lines because usually by now my fine lines on my forehead would be like really distinct. Let's see if it's buildable. So I just usually pop like the tiniest bit more on the tops of my cheek. Okay, so it's very buildable, the foundation, which is really nice. It really just blends well. If you want full coverage foundation, definitely build it up because it looks beautiful built up. If you just want the one layer, still looks beautiful. If you don't mind some of your imperfections showing, but it's definitely buildable and look, it makes your skin look flawless. While that sinks in, I got the Covergirl website on my phone, and I'm just gonna read what they say about the foundation. Ready Set Gorgeous Foundation. Get insta gorgeous with Ready Set Gorgeous. This liquid foundation oil-free formula provides medium coverage. Medium, yeah, I would agree with medium. You can definitely get a full coverage. To even skin tone and cover imperfections. The result is flawless. It definitely is flawless. It's very natural. I really like it because sometimes foundation, you can tell you're wearing foundation and I hate that. The built-in powder system fights against shine, pulling oil and sweat away from your face instead of trapping them under your foundation. Goodness me, it's got a powder finish, so you don't have to powder your face. So it is suitable for sensitive skin as well, and it's got a lot of colours. I don't know how many colours, but it's got a lot of colours. I'm in the shade 210, if 210 matches me perfectly. I'm really happy how I picked that one. I'm gonna conceal and set my face, and then I'll get back to you. That's concealer and brows on. I haven't set my face yet with my powder that I usually set my face with, but I'm really intrigued how it had a powder finish, like powder built into it, because like it's a liquid, if you get what I mean. It doesn't feel wet. It feels set. It feels a little bit wet. Some just did come off. I think if you waited long enough, then you would be fine. But I will set my face. I just thought I might let you know. And I'm really loving my forehead right now, because with foundation, my forehead always creases, because when I talk, my eyebrows are just moving up, down, they just like have a life of their own. And I'm really loving how even though my eyebrows are moving, it's not creasing my forehead, and I absolutely love that. I do think that the primer side is a tad smoother. There's not a lot of difference, but I do think that the primer side is a touch smoother. I'll come back in a couple of hours and let's see how we go. Hey guys, so the time is 12:30. It's been about 2 hours, and the foundation is held up really well. It hasn't, it's just starting now to crease a little bit. If like I was super fussy, I would say it's just starting to crease a little bit into my expression lines. Also around my mouth, it's started to crease a touch if I'm gonna be super duper fussy. But other than that, it's held up fantastic. If you do have big pores, I would say I have big pores, to be honest, and I find it's gone really well. With textured skin, I don't know how well it would go. It doesn't feel wet, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing foundation. It really set, really nicely into my skin, which I love. Pore primer side, there's no real huge difference, to be honest. So if you're not a primer person, it doesn't really matter because they look exactly the same. And yeah, I'll check in with you soon. Hey guys, the time is 4:07, and the foundation is holding up really well. I love how you can't feel it on your face. I know a lot of foundations just feel wet and like they're sitting on your face, but this one is just like your skin, like your second skin. I love it. It doesn't feel wet at all. You can like full touch it. The only thing, it is starting to fade around my mouth area. Around my mouth area, I have been like eating and drinking. The non-prime side and the primer side, they're pretty much the same, to be honest. On my expression lines, it's done really well. It has started to sink in now, just a little bit, but it's nothing dramatic. I've tried so many other foundations out that it will be way worse than this when I first apply it, so it's doing pretty well, but it is starting to sink in. My thoughts are nothing, like, I'm not touching up my face today at all, I'm just letting the makeup sit. But I would say just give yourself like a little powder on my forehead and around my mouth and I'll be fine. I'm not getting oily at all, it's not melting. Yeah, it's just fade around my mouth, that's about it. Other than that, it's doing really well. So I'll try and come back around 7:30ish, and that's the 9-hour mark. And that's seriously 9 hours, that's like a full day at work. So the time is 7:44. Sorry about the really bad lighting. I use natural lights. I've had this makeup on, or the foundation I should say, for 8 hours untouched, and it's held up really well. I love how it hasn't sunk into my expression lines any more than the last time I checked in with you guys. It's just like, I'm really happy. If you're super duper fussy, then it does sink in like the tiniest amount, but like nothing but touch up won't fix. It has faded around my mouth a bit. That's just because I've been touching my mouth while I'm eating and drinking and whatnot. Also around just here, it's faded a tad. That's just me being really picky. I will say I am getting a little bit oily around my nose. I have no real complaints about this foundation. I love the packaging. I love how it glided on. Primer side compared to the no primer side, I really don't see a difference. Lasting time, if you don't prime, then it will last just as long as the prime side. The only difference I will say is just the finish of when you apply it. It does, it's a bit more blendable and workable on the primer side, I will say, and just the finish is whatever the primer is. So that's the only difference. It's not really a lot, but that's the only difference. It just glides on a little bit better with the primer side. I will admit, during the day I did forget I was wearing makeup, and like I'll just lean on my face like this, and like, crap, I'm wearing the foundation off. So maybe that's why it's a bit patchy, because I did touch my face a little bit. I'm actually gonna say 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for this one. It's just all in all a good foundation. I don't want to give it 10 because nothing's perfect. Everything can get improving, so I'll give it around an 8 and 8.5 out of 10. Really love it, so it's really good. So yeah, I'm really happy with this foundation. If you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I do many more first impressions on my channel, and if you have anything that you're curious about or would like me to try out for you, leave it down in the comments below and let me know that product. Also, if any of you have tried this foundation, let me know down below what you guys think of it. If you have the same thoughts as I do, or if you have a little bit of different. It'd be really interesting to see you guys' thoughts. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this foundation and any other video suggestions. So make sure you come back for more fun. Hope you guys are having a great day. Take care, guys. Bye.